comes with many social challenges, and all these challenges differ depending on which part of the world you're living in. As for Africa, we are faced with so many social challenges, and we still have a long way to fixing those challenges. So in this video, I will discuss some of the things which may be a starting point to dealing with so many challenges that we are facing with. Particularly for this video, I'll be discussing a social issue, which is xenophobia. And with xenophobia, it has of course happened in South Africa, but it has affected the lives of many across the African continent. Hey peeps! Welcome back to my channel, and a very warm welcome to those who are new. I am Amma, and in this channel I'll be engaging in conversations for unity and change, particularly on social issues which are affecting us on a daily basis. I will be doing this by firstly addressing the social issue, and then I'll elaborate on why certain practices around such issue are wrong, and lastly I will give some sort of way forward that we could use as a starting point to addressing that issue. But of course, I simply cannot do this on my own, hence you guys come in as my peeps. So please do subscribe to my channel and also comment as I post videos. And hey, talking about peeps, today in studio I have one of my peeps, and please stay tuned to meet her. So this is my very first video discussing channel topics. I simply couldn't wait to make this video because I have burning issues I really want to share with you guys. So let's jump straight into the topic of the day. So the topic of the day is why South Africa should never have xenophobic attacks. So I chose this topic because I received a comment from one of my peeps, Edin Sinki, also known as Eddie Poach. He replied to my previous video, and I'll put a link down below on the description to my previous video. So the comment reads as follows. Do foreigners, especially refugees, have a place in the South African society? Thank you so much, Eddie, for that question. I am sure we all know that South Africa has a history of xenophobic attacks, where some South Africans discriminated against our fellow Africans. And of course, this was not just a mere discrimination. We are talking about where some people lost their lives during the process. Now, Eddie wrote this comment to me because this is an issue that is affecting him, and he would like it to be addressed to create change. Hence, I decided to make this video. And I'm sure there are many people out there just like Eddie, some are probably watching this video, that would like this issue to be redressed for change. Okay, it's starting to get a bit hot in here. I think I'll do with a bit of a sip from a drink. Okay, so we all know what's currently happening across the world, that we have people that are uniting to achieve one goal, and that goal is a world free from racism, a world free from racial acts. And so mainly what's happening is an issue of black people and white people. Then I thought it would be a good idea to actually make a video about xenophobia, because with xenophobia it's now an issue of black people against black people, and this is an issue that is way closer to us actually. So I thought, why not? I feel before we can even fight for any other people to treat us better, we should actually treat ourselves better first. You know, they say that if you want someone to love you, you gotta love yourself first. So I'm coming from that angle, and hence I thought this is the perfect time to make this video. So I thought before people could unite to achieve one goal, which is a South Africa free from xenophobic attacks, it makes more sense to first understand the root cause to these attacks, and also to perhaps have a way forward. From my understanding, xenophobia is a social issue. Just like gender-based violence, drug abuse, crime, they all have a common root cause. So So I've realized that human beings are constantly searching for new resources. So what I mean by this is there's no point in life that a human being will stop searching for a need or a want. So there's always something that we are missing and that we don't have. But then the problem only starts when we realize that we are missing that something. I mean, why will you be bothered about not having something if you don't know that you're actually missing it and that you don't have it? So once we know that we are missing it, then that's when the problem starts. Because what happened is there are three types of people there are three ways that we go about finding what we are missing, because we would have established that we are missing something, right? So this is how the three different types of people will go about knowing that they're missing something. Group one will be those that will work hard and they will try their level best to find that missing resource that they've realized that they're missing. It could either be a need or a want, but just the fact that they know that they're missing it and they feel like they want to have it, and so they will go about finding it the right way. If it means working hard, if it means spending less hours of sleep, working smart or whatever, they will do that just so that they can find that resource that they're missing. So that's group one. And so you have group two. Group two are those that they feel they are entitled to receiving such a thing. And so given the fact that they're entitled, then they will try their best to find it, but in the wrong way. So that wrong way would sometimes even involve, actually most of the time, if not all the time, it involves breaking a law, breaking a rule. It involves, to some extent, it involves killing someone or killing people just to get that resource that they realize that they're missing. So that's group two. And then we have group three. Well, group three are those people that they're fine without it. So they've realized that they don't have that product or that resource, whether it's a need or want, but the fact that they know that they don't have it, they're those ones that have just made peace with it. They've made peace with the fact that they don't have it, and so that's fine. Or if they haven't just made peace, they've also just realized that, you know what, it's not important for me to have it, so it's fine. I don't really need it. It's not important to me, so let me just miss it. But those that have made peace with it, they kind of feel it's important to have it, but they've made peace with the fact that they can't access it, and so they just try and push on with their lives knowing that they don't have it. So that's the last group, group three. So today in this video, I would like to focus on group two. Not to say that group one and group three are not important or they're not worth talking about or focusing on, but I simply feel group two need more of our attention because they're the ones that are breaking laws, they're the ones that are killing people, and so the sooner we could get them on board and for us to give them the attention they need, the better things will be, because then we'll be saving lives. And so yeah, so in this video I'll be talking about that, and then I will use xenophobia as an example, of course, because that's the topic of the day. But before I get to that, I think I'll need a snack because it's getting really interesting in here, and I think I could do with something sweet in my mouth. So the way I'm eating this this biscuit, it reminded me of when I was starting dating. It was crazy. So what happened is, for me to finish this biscuit, I would take about 20 bites. Okay, I think I'm exaggerating, but I'll take a while to finish this biscuit. It was a whole thing of impressing. Like, I mean, I'm with my new lover. It's my first time dating, and so I will literally spend so long trying to finish one biscuit. But then as I grew up, I realized, wait, who am I fooling here? Am I fooling the person I'm trying to impress, or I'm simply just fooling me? Because this is not who I am. I mean, I take like 1 bite or 2 bites and this biscuit is gone. So yeah, this is just something I used to do. Just be yourself. I mean, just be yourself. So the root cause to xenophobia really, it's simply because we do not have sufficient resources in South Africa. And so we are then left with certain groups of people, which is group 2, feeling that they are entitled to these resources, such as a job, for example. Then they develop the mentality, this is now group 2, the ones that develop the mentality that they're entitled to receive a certain resource. They feel they're entitled to getting the jobs that they don't have. And so they have a feeling that those that come out from other countries in Africa, they come to South Africa, they're taking away these jobs. They feel, given that already we don't have enough resources and we have people from other countries coming to take those jobs, then they feel that's not right. And for this reason, they're entitled to those jobs, and then they will go to a point of having to break a law, of having to break a rule just to get that resource. So they feel if they can go into the streets, destroy all the goods that those people from other countries in Africa are owning in Africa, if they can attack them, if they can discriminate against them, then they will go back to their countries, and in this way they will then have the jobs. So that's the mentality that they have. I personally feel it's completely wrong to approach such an issue this way. Yes, we are facing it as a social issue, the fact that we don't have enough resources in our country. There are ways that people can take to address such issues, besides using the way that group 2 would use. Besides, we don't have to break a law just to get what we don't have. So I personally feel it is wrong to approach this issue by violence or by breaking law, simply because the first reason is because I feel we are devaluing ourselves as Africans. I mean, we make a lot of the phrase Ubuntu. We really say it a lot here in Africa, but it's so sad how we say it but we don't really act it. And the xenophobic attacks that have been happening in South Africa, I mean, this is not even a year old that we've witnessed these attacks in our country. So we've witnessed that, and yet we talk so much about Ubuntu. And I think it's about time we start acting that, so that we can at least keep up with our values. What Ubuntu means, it simply means that myself as I am on my own, I am unable to build a society. I need a community. And that just means on my own, I am really nothing. Therefore, I need other people from my community. In this example, my African community. We can unite, we could form relations, and in this way, we can work together to build the society that we all wish to see. The other reason why I feel xenophobia is so wrong is simply because how do we expect other people from other continents outside Africa to look on us? How do we expect them to see us when we're not even respecting ourselves? So when we go out there to their continents, we expect them to treat us with respect, because yes, we deserve to be respected. But then how do we feel when we're out there to seek certain level of respect, yet where we come from, in our home, in our continent, in Africa, we don't really practice that level of respect towards each other. So it's a whole thing of saying, for you to expect someone else to love you, you ought to love yourself first. So it's the same thinking. Having said that, I actually have I mentioned earlier, I have one of my peeps in studio with me. Her name is Chunya, and she's gonna talk about a possible way forward, something that could serve as a starting point to dealing with the xenophobic attacks that we've witnessed here in South Africa. And so I'm gonna hand over to her right now.
Chunya, it's your turn.
Hey fellow peeps! Oh, I'm so sorry. So as you all know, we can't be going on like this. We simply can't, and a way forward has to be established. And so we personally feel that it makes more sense to allow these people a platform where they express themselves. You know, there's power in talking. Just by knowing that there are people out there that are willing to listen to you and express how you feel about any changes that may be happening around you, that already on its own does magic to the human mind. And so we feel allowing people to have counseling, let them know that we encourage you to go out there. There is a platform where you can go and express your feelings, and this of course will be held professionally, and that there will be confidentiality, and we should just make this counseling accessible, so that they know that it's out there and it's for you to use it. And we encourage them to go, make it for free, and make it something from the government to say, make it an official unit where the government is running, and it should be given to people as part of essential services in the country. So something that they know that is a safe place to go to whenever they feel like expressing anything that they are feeling, something that makes them uncomfortable, something that makes them so angry, that they're allowed to go out there and express that. So that it could be the first possible way of dealing with this issue and preventing future xenophobic attacks. That's the first one. The second one, we feel it will be great. So the second one, we feel it will be great for those people that are really behind these attacks to know that they may be missing something. There may be a way of getting the resources that they don't have. There's actually always a way. It's just that we don't know that there's a way because we probably haven't met the right people or the right connections or the right platform. We don't have the right knowledge. So that makes people not to be aware that there is a way. So we feel it would be great to have sessions where we educate these people of the different ways that people can venture into so that they can get jobs. So we're trying to make them feel that there is hope and there is a way that they can get their needs or the resources that they're looking for, that they don't necessarily have to go attacking other people. Maybe educating them of the way they can use their talent to create an income, because we don't necessarily always have to be working under someone to receive an income. So if we also get rid of that mentality that income doesn't necessarily always mean you under someone. You can still generate income from as an entrepreneur when you start your own business and be your own boss. And so if we have to work with the government to create some form of unit or some form of schooling just so that they can use the skills that they have to create some form of income for them, then let it be, because that way at least they won't be so angry, and that they will get rid of their mentality that they're entitled to getting jobs. So by making them aware, it will actually make them also act then, because they would have received the knowledge that they deserve to receive in terms of being aware of what they can possibly do on their own without really having to feel like some other people are taking away their jobs, that we would have made them aware that they can actually help even create those jobs. And so by creating those jobs, that simply means that we are actually then increasing the limited resources that we already have. We are already limited in terms of employment. We are already limited in terms of employing everybody in the country. And so if we can empower these people to make them realize their potential and that they can actually contribute towards creating jobs, and so if it means having to educate them and training them so that they're able to generate income and be their own boss, then let it be. And that's when the government comes in. And so it's very important for group 2 to actually understand that you are a responsibility of the government as a South African citizen. You are not a responsibility of other Africans that are coming in your country. Therefore, you're not supposed to attack them because they're not responsible for you. Who is actually responsible for you is your government. So bringing the government on board actually it's actually the right thing to do, because that is actually making the government do what they're supposed to do for their own citizens in their country. Now this brings me to the question of the day. Do you feel changing the mentalities of those that are involved in xenophobic attacks here in South Africa through counseling, where we offer them a platform to express how they're feeling so that at least they feel that they have people that are listening to them, is the way to go? And also, do you feel when we work with them, alongside with them, trying to make them aware of the opportunities that are available which could help them access the resources that they're looking for, could really address this issue and prevent it from happening again? Now please leave that on the comment section below, and if you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like it, and I'll highly appreciate it if you can please subscribe to my channel and turn on your post notifications so that you're notified whenever I post new videos on conversations for unity and change. Till Amma and Peeps meet again in a week's time. Bye!